And Cody's got his helmet on.
All right, let's
I
get this party
don't
started.
think the headset's going to work over the helmet.
Yeah, this needs a little bit of modification, but
You need to hook up your Senna.
yeah. Bluetooth is on. So what would you say is a good, like, it sounds to me like you're more of a lone wolf, minus if you include the pillion, passenger, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've ridden with people in the past, and it's been okay. It's just you get to a straightaway, and they gun it and do like 100 down the straightaway, and I don't know. You always end up falling into that trap,
Yeah.
which is fine until somebody pulls out in front of you, or
yeah, it becomes a group mentality.
Yeah, and then you start doing stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those are, kind of the cons for riding with buddies.
Yeah.
Off-road, if you can do the ride your own ride type of thing and ride at your skill, and then every so often everybody stops and waits up for people.
Those have
Having
been my
somebody,
favorite.
having somebody there if something goes wrong to help either get the bike out, tow it out, help bandage you up or whatever it might be. There's
What's really cool about that scenario is the more advanced, skilled riders can still go up ahead and challenge themselves, but the less skilled or slower riders, whatever, can kind of ride their ride, and both kind of have each other to fall back on. Like you said, make certain checkpoints or something where you make sure everybody's good. But then you don't have the less skilled guy trying to ride above his skill level, causing an accident, ruining the trip.
Right.
And you still have the more skilled level or whatever, faster, whatever you want to call it. They can still get their challenges in.
Right. Yeah, and I've found since I've had the BMW, I've only gone on rides with people a couple times. And when you go on those types of rides, it's like you kind of stop when the group stops, not if you see something, it's tough. I mean,
yeah,
there are advantages because when you do stop, there's people to talk to and trim around. It makes those breaks seem a little bit quicker, even though you're there longer. You take a 40-minute break, but there's people there, you're joking around. That 40 minutes goes by really fast.
yeah.
Whereas
Time can fly.
if you stop and take a break when you're on your own, the time seems to stretch out a little longer. You've
Well,
only
I
been
have
sitting
4 or
there.
5 people I talk to in my head all the time when I stop solo, so.
Right. I forgot who I was talking to.
That's right. No, you got a good point. Like, I mean, it's nice and it's cool to share the experience too sometimes with somebody.
Right.
Like my favorite part of the YouTube channel is after I've done, like, say, the Utah BDR, coming home, sharing my experience with the family first of all, but then when I make little videos and I can share it with whoever wants to watch my torture, and they comment, like, it's like I'm reliving the adventure, and like my favorite part's kind of sharing it. So when you're with people, you do that in the moment.
Right. Yeah, you can talk about the nasty hill you just climbed or the twisty road you just went up. It's like, oh man, that was so twisty. It was so much fun. I want to kind of turn around and go back and do it again. Or and everybody's going to have a different view of that too. Everybody's going to do it different.
Definitely a pro of group. I myself prefer more solo, but that's a pro definitely of the group. It's just hard to mesh skill level, personality level,
And I think it's harder on road than off road.
Really?
Yes, because on
Interesting.
road, yeah, well, on road, you're not up and down off the pegs. You can't stay on the bike. I mean, you get an hour, hour and a half, and your butt starts to hurt. Everybody's butt's going to hurt at different levels, you know? So,
Depends if Jay made him throw away the toys or not. That was way out there. I only said that because he set that up just like he served it, and I spiked that shit right down. Whoosh.
Yeah, I'm going to spike it. But yeah,
You're going to
so,
spike the punch? They did that in Minnesota, eh?
no.
191 proof Everclear.
Yeah. So,
Woo!
on
road, you think it's harder?
Well, yeah, because there's a speed limit. You've got whatever the speed limit is, and if you're riding with people that are constantly pushing over the speed limit, and you're not the type that wants to get a ticket or whatever, because
you don't want to die. I mean,
that too.
I
mean, even if everybody's skill level is the same, you're going to have people that don't mind doing 70 and a 30, or you're going to have people that want to stay around 30, 35.
Yeah. Comes down
maybe 40, 45. Yeah. Well, that's just it. Finding personalities that mesh, that's going to be rough.
So, Chappie, you were saying it is harder on road to group ride than off road because of speed limits, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of the issues. Your speed limit.
Douchebaggery can be one of the reasons.
I think it depends on who you're riding with too. If it's somebody that you're competitive with or something like that, if they take off, you're going to take off with them. Off-road, I don't think, I mean, if you're off-road, it's kind of hard to ride too far above your level, because as we've talked about, when you start pushing your level off-road, you end up falling.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, on-road,
makes so much sense now.
You cross your fingers and pray nobody falls, because usually that ends that person's day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not laughing because it's funny. And just, it pretty much ends the day, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the best case scenario.
Yeah.
The bike is a little messed up. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the whole group versus solo, don't get me wrong. I love my solo time. But the thought of doing the BDRs from start to finish solo.
So what you're saying is you don't think you would do the 8 BDRs that I'm doing solo yourself?
No, absolutely not.
I'm not going to ask why, because I don't want to know, because I've already made up my mind.
Well, no, I
know I'm an idiot, but
well, no, I mean, we've talked about this back and forth, not in the podcast or on videos or anything like that.
Not on any recordings to our knowledge.
Yeah, it's a personality thing. I'm okay with going out, getting on my bike, and going alone. I think there's a lot of benefit to that. Like I was just saying, if we're gonna go on a road ride or something like that, I don't mind being alone, because then I can do it my way. Going on a trip like a BDR where you're going to be gone 8 days, even if you bring along a Garmin or something like that, having another person there would bring me a little more comfort.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, if something goes wrong.
And for the record, like, I'm sure it's this way for everybody, but like when I do one solo, I ride differently than I would, say, if you're there. Like,
oh yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
push. I'm not saying I'll go way above my limits. Sometimes I do, but I'm not going to push my limits too much when I'm alone, generally. He is. I hit the mute button. This is going to be the best part of the video.
I was just asking.
I was just trying to talk like
with the
because
the
you're
door.
muted.
Yes.
So I was trying to like,
like everybody's butt's gonna start hurting at a different point. Your butt.
fucking dogs.
What are you doing?
Can you hear the dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Hold, please.
Not anymore.
I'll be right back. Chappie's going to take you away and serenade you with our sponsor.
It's all gonna be cut.
All right. Now you know how to cut.
One of our posts.
Guess where you can't leave a comment? You can't leave a comment on iHeart.
You can go to. You need to not get so close to the mic when you do that because you blew my ears away.
You can't leave a comment on iHeart. Is that better?
Yes.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. I can fix that. But like my ears.
I just wanted to get my point across.
Yeah. Did Cody get a number?
What if, motherfucker says, what if Corey Hart, so cool that I wear my sunglasses at night, showed up and said, I want to go on a group ride with you?